Hey, today we're talking about the NFL playoffs, what coaches were victim to Black Monday, and we're going to take a look back at the year in sports, plus our Beasts and Busters. All that and more on That's What She Said Sports. Hello and welcome everybody to That's What She Said Sports. This is your sports chick Nicole, Monique, and I'm with my co-dude BG.
Yeah.
And we want to welcome everybody who's listening to us on our podcast on Podbean and also iTunes. And of course, welcome all those who are watching us on our YouTube channel. B, how are you
Wonderful, marvelous.
I haven't seen you since
it's been
Christmas, as you would call it.
It's been a minute since Christmas time. Since Christmas time.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. How was Santa Claus to you?
Santa Claus was very good.
Good.
Yes, good. Santa Claus was very good.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't so good to me.
Why? You got cold this year?
He stole my money.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
My pockets got the flu.
Wow.
Yes. So, needless to say, I love my son dearly, but he has cost me.
He's got to go.
What? And get a job.
Right.
So you pay me back.
Well, and I want to thank you and the missus, because, I went to your house like a Blockbuster.
Right.
Took some movies or borrowed.
Right. Just rewind them.
And I have to say, because I finally saw Flight with Denzel. Right. That was really good. But The Heat, my favorite movie had to be The Heat.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so that was good.
I haven't seen it yet, so we can't talk about that.
Okay, well, we won't talk about it, but I'll just tell you it was really good.
Okay.
And then Expendables 2.
Yep.
That was just like Expendables 1.
Right.
Just
right.
If it could be any more explosions.
The same satire.
Yeah, pretty much.
They said cinema.
Pretty much. But so and then we saw movies, over the holiday or whatever. So
yep. I got plans to get, all of my recent stuff in before the end of this week.
Yeah.
So I think New Year's Day, I think I'm going to take the Appleseed and check out 12 Days a Slave.
Well, and with that, I highly recommend Grudge Match, the Kevin Hart movie.
Really?
That's really good.
Really?
It's actually, it's very funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do fun.
It's something about watching movies this time of the year. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's like, I think it just takes you away from the hustle and bustle of the whole Christmas thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So go,
Especially since people take Christmas to a whole new level. You know what I mean?
Listen, that's a show all in its own.
Right.
Let's not go there.
Right.
Let's not go there.
Right.
I mean, just crazy, man. Even like Saturday.
Yeah.
Took my son and bought him a watch. Took him to get some links taken out of it.
Yeah.
That's a whole hour ordeal.
Wow.
It's like, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, people are still in the malls like they're giving something away.
Right.
So it's like,
Well, with
such
that,
is life.
Just like the holiday season, as we all know, you got the NFL season obviously coming to an end.
Change.
And I hate
People
this.
change.
It's bittersweet, right?
Yeah.
Because you're excited about the playoffs, you're excited about the Super Bowl, but I don't want the season to end. So,
hate to leave.
Yeah.
But it's got to go.
Yeah. And with that, though, we're going to jump into our hot topics. And it doesn't get any hotter than the NFL playoffs.
Some spiciness.
Yeah. So the teams, we got our teams. First of all, let me say to you, my condolences. I think a lot of Steeler Nation is feeling it.
I'm feeling like Florida Evans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, for you guys to start out, 0-4, 0-5?
Right.
I mean, just the fact that you could have made the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a phenomenal feat, but for me, I'm not looking forward to it because I know we got to make some wholesale changes.
Right.
And I just
What do you think is the biggest change?
Well, probably one of the biggest stories is whether or not the hair, Troy Polamalu, is going to restructure his contract, stay around. Yes,
I could not imagine Troy in another uniform outside of a Steelers uniform.
And then the thing about it is he's a classic Steelers player. I mean, he's very passionate about the black and yellow. So I think he will renegotiate his contract in order to stay. But
it seems like he hasn't been the same since his injury.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's still doing his thing,
right?
But he still hadn't had that flair to it like before.
Well, he's like, Bob Sanders that played in Indianapolis for a long time. I mean, he's smallish, but he brings the thump, man, and that takes a toll on a small body,
right?
So, but strangely enough, this being one of the seasons that he was the most healthiest.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was like.
But they weren't doing anything.
Bingo.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
So now if he would have had Mike Tomlin in there with him,
right.
the couple times he tried to like get in,
right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
See, I just kind of slid that in.
Yeah. I see what you're doing there. Yeah. Okay. I got that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's a nice move.
Well, let's break it down because obviously we have the wild card games coming up. So in the AFC, I don't think it's a big shocker that we have the Denver Broncos, number one, the AFC West Championships, and they get a first round bye.
Surprised we didn't get the pom poms on that one.
Yeah. Well, I figure I'll do a cartwheel. I'll do a cartwheel later on the show.
Cool.
Then we have the New England Patriots, AFC East champs. They also get a first round bye.
Right.
Now, I know this is you're gonna feel a certain way about this.
Right.
But the Cincinnati Bengals, 3. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
The AFC North champs, and they're gonna host the San Diego or the San Diego Chargers. Now, how do you feel about that game?
I'm going for Cincy, of course.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they should have lost against KC. And we would be in there.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is up with Phillip Rivers? It's he's one of those guys who just like comes out of nowhere. I mean, he can have. It's amazing how he can have like a 9-7 season, and he just makes it happen.
I can't speak for the average fan, but for me, watching Phillip Rivers is very painful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's so inconsistent.
Well, he's a mad scientist.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
He's in the laboratory. Shaking up.
Yeah.
But
it's one of those teams where you always. I think every season, a lot of us like, okay, whatever. It's the Chargers.
Right.
But they find that way to just. It's like they're like that annoying little sister.
Right.
That just you'd be like. Could you just stay here? I'm going to a party, and then you get to the party and they're there. Somewhere. It's like what I mean. They just come out of nowhere.
I don't know, man. I tell you what. At the end of the day, they got it done, and I'm mad.
Yeah,
I'm mad.
So with that, we have the Indianapolis Colts, who won the AFC South champs, and they're going to host Kansas City. Now, obviously, Andy Reid, he set his starters out.
Right.
Obviously, they're going to be playing with this game.
Right.
But what do you think about that as far as the Colts and the Chiefs? It's interesting. In the beginning of the season, everybody was like hyping up, Chiefs and Denver being like 1 or 2. Well, they fell, and then you had the Chiefs and the Broncos and the Patriots.
Right.
So now we have the Chiefs, who honestly, even with the starters, I don't think they're going to get that far.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
At the latter part of the season, when you really should be hitting your stride, they fell off.
But do you think that's almost like an Andy Reid thing, indicative to what he did with the Eagles?
Yeah, deja vu.
Yeah,
deja vu.
It's like the only thing missing is Donovan McNabb, and
that's it.
So
yeah, but the thing about it is that KC has some interesting pieces to what they're doing out there,
right?
But again, you think about who they got at quarterback,
and it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
All bets are off. Everybody starts at 0.
Right.
So, great. You had a nice little run going.
You did.
But now you got to start over. And can you imagine them playing the Patriots?
Oof.
Yeah.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
So, okay. So who do you have, or who can you see? Well, first of all, let me ask you this. Who are you surprised by in the AFC out of all the teams?
Well, quite naturally. When you look at who you have here, you want to say Indianapolis, but by the same token, when you look at the body of work, it's like Kansas City did just enough to get there,
right?
And how?
I'll have to say, and not surprised like in a bad way, but the Bengals.
You know what?
And I'm a huge Marvin Lewis fan.
Right. Not so much for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
because remember when we talked at the beginning of the season, I told you I thought their defense was Yeah,
because they're that silent but deadly team,
right? And it's still painful for me to say that. I thought that defensively, that they really had a good thing going,
right?
And I thought that was sustained. But even after major injuries, I think Newman is out too. They had the big guy in the middle. He went down. He's out for the season. So to still stick in there, And now, hey, we talking about playoffs.
But the thing that worries me about Cincinnati, as we saw over the weekend, Andy Dalton is a interception thrower like never before.
I was watching that game. I was like, did that just happen?
Yeah. He loves some interceptions.
Again?
So
am I dreaming?
Yeah, that's the one. And then depending on who they're going to play, again, in the playoffs, all bets are off.
Yeah, man.
And that's the only thing that worries me. And it feels like the Bengals are always that team that just gets there.
Yep. But one thing about it, you got to dance with the girl that you brought.
Yeah.
So, he's done enough to get him there. But you're right. Sunday was ugly.
All right. So I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think it's a big shock. I don't think it's going to be too big of a shock for folks.
Put it out there
but
then.
I have Denver winning the AFC. as you take
Excuse me. Yeah.
You all who are listening to us on the podcast
got a little parked on
he
that
had to
one.
take a big gulp on that one.
Yes, it got a little parked.
All right, so who do you have? Come on now.
You know what?
Snooze, you lose.
No. I'm gonna go with Terrific. I'm going with Tommy Terrific. And I'll tell you why.
Let me tell you.
I'll tell you what. No.
Fans
No.
use the New England Patriots like they're an anchor. You know what I mean?
So now I'm a Patriots fan?
Well, I'm just saying. Okay,
hold on, wait a minute.
Well, okay,
wait a minute.
Okay, maybe not a fan.
Did you just call me a Patriots fan?
I know that's like calling you a bad word.
I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. Wow. No, but no. I mean, here's the thing. The Patriots are running the ball well. Teams that have been running the ball well on offense, I mean, that's the golden ticket, especially in the AFC.
Here's the thing. Again, I'm going to go back to like what I was saying.
Let's go there. You ain't said nothing. Come on,
people
Cletus.
out there who use the Patriots like, that's their golden ticket.
Right.
And it's the whole, when they make it to the playoffs and you got Brady
Right.
and Belichick. Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
But there's a new sheriff in town.
Okay.
And his name is Peyton Manning.
Okay.
And he's riding a Bronco.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
I like how you tied all that together. You know what I'm saying? He's coming to town. He's riding a Bronco. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I got that.
That's pretty good.
I got that.
Yeah.
I got that.
Producer said, keep it moving.
Right. Here's the thing. And, we can agree to disagree because we know how to do that.
Yeah.
They got to stop somebody. They got to be able to stop somebody.
Okay. And
we already know. We already know Neckbone can put some points up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we already know that they have a pretty good defense.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll just see.
All right.
We'll just see.
Alrighty.
All right. So anyway, and we want to hear from you too. Let us know who you pick as far as winning the AFC.
By all means.
You can hit us up on Twitter, #SheSaidSports, or even on Facebook, and definitely let us know even via YouTube. All right, so let's talk about the NFC.
All right, let's talk about it.
Our number one seed, we have Seattle Seahawks. They win the NFC West champs. They get a first round bye.
Right.
Then you have the Carolina Panthers, the NFC South champs. They get a first round bye.
Right.
Then you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who they're going to host the New Orleans Saints.
Who would have thunk it?
Right. The Nick Foles Philadelphia Eagles.
Chip Kelly Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're that team where it was like, what?
Wow.
And then from there, you have the Green Bay Packers, who won the NFC North champs. They're going to host the 49ers at home.
Right.
And I hate that setup because you would think, I mean, obviously the 49ers have the better record.
Right.
They should be at home, but, they didn't win the division, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So, okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
So with that,
right.
Call it Eagles, Saints. Now, this is what's funny to me. You have Drew Brees on one hand.
Right.
13-year career.
Right.
Super Bowl champ.
Right.
Obviously, record breaker.
Right.
Stellar career.
Right.
Then you have Nick Foles. He's played a whopping 19 games.
Right. But very impressive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to
games.
give it to him. I mean, he had the highest passer rating
Right.
this season. Or QB rating, that is, this
Right.
season. So.
You know what? It's and you know how much I love Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And I think you guys know I love Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I don't think that they can go in and steal one.
Is it because they're outside or is it because it's the Eagles?
Well, those two factors.
Okay.
Because they're outside.
Right.
And because it's the Eagles.
Okay.
Because I don't think that the aging Saints defense is going to be able to stop Nick Foles and what they're doing.
And don't you also think, too, that over the past few weeks, I mean, the Saints just have not been impressive on the road.
Right.
That's why they so desperately wanted Carolina to get beat in Atlanta so they could have home field.
One of the most painful things to watch is to see the Saints struggle on offense.
Yeah.
That's always painful.
Right. Because normally Drew Brees will sit back in the cut.
Money.
And it's like 20 Mississippi before he's got to throw.
Money.
And now.
It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So, yeah.
But what changed, though? Because they didn't have that problem up until towards the end of the season.
Who knows? Maybe he switched from Powerade to Gatorade.
I don't know.
BVDs to Fruit of the Loom.
So,
all these things, play a factor.
All right. So then you have the Packers at 49ers. See, the 49ers, I don't have a problem with them on the road. I think they can go in and do what they got to do. So I think they...
In Green Bay, do you?
You don't think they can go in and beat Green Bay, the Packers at home?
Lambeau Field? The frozen tundra of Lambeau Field?
Okay. The 49ers have something to prove.
They do. They really do.
So...
And I'm one of the ones they need to prove it to. So, you know.
So did you hear that, Kaepernick?
You speak the truth. You speak the truth.
Right.
You know, you know what? Let's just keep it real.
Okay.
You saw Discount Double Check yesterday.
Yeah. 4th and 7th. Act
okay.
a fool.
Hello and no rust.
Right.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be like the 10 man.
Exactly.
And he came out there like, we
who
gonna do
wants
this?
some?
We
Who
gonna do this?
wants some?
We gonna do this?
Who wants some of this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because the Bears pretty much said, "Oh, we got this."
Yeah. The Bears.
I mean, they had the new T-shirts and the hats.
Guess where the Bears are?
Yeah.
The couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The home.
Exactly. With the brats.
You know.
And the chips.
I'm so gonna hear it from my friends who are Bears fans.
Hey,
I'm so gonna hear
I just call it like I see it, man.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
folk, throwing jabs in my eye about my Steelers. So
All right.
hey.
So, all right. Well, first of all, I'm just kind of, let me go back real
Come
quick.
on.
We got to go back to the
Come
AFC because we did say as far as who's going to win it all. But
Okay.
let's talk about the games this weekend real quick.
Okay.
Bengals or the Chargers?
Bengals.
All right. I'm going to go with the Bengals too.
Okay.
Colts or the Kansas City?
I'm going with Colts.
So I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Okay.
You know, I'm not a big fan of luck.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Put that down. Mark
Okay.
that down.
all right.
Mark that down.
All right. All right. Sorry, folks. So I'm going to dip back in the NFC, but I had to
Yeah.
kind of go back because,
Yeah.
I want to talk about those games. All right. So before we talk about who we believe is going to win the NFC,
Right on.
let's talk about these games. So the Eagles in New Orleans. You know what? I gotta help my husband out. As you all know, he's a
Okay.
huge Saints fan.
Right.
So I'm gonna help him out, root for
Okay.
the Saints.
Okay. Nice that you're a helpmate. Thanks for pointing that out. Help him out. So, okay, that's good.
Basically, goody for you.
Right. Right.
And you gonna go with them Eagles.
She gets a gold star. Okay. I'm going to go with these birds. Right. You know what I mean? Trying to fly a little bit.
All right.
Not trying to be grounded up in this piece.
So the Packers and the 49ers. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride or die with Kaepernick.
Well, go ahead. Ride on. Oh, okay. That's how we're
Yeah.
going. I'm going with the
Discount double check.
What?
All
Double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Put me down for that.
All right, I
Put
got
me
you.
down for that.
All right. So anyway, with that, I think I'm gonna shock some folks.
I'm going to shock the world, Craig.
Winning the NFC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with those Panthers. What? I
No.
said it.
That's, you know what?
I dropped my mic.
Bow.
I said it.
Bow.
I'm gonna
Flex
go with,
a little bit.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna go with.
Yes. All right, Superwoman. I
You all
see
can't see it on Podbean, but I just did my Superman.
I'm not your Superwoman. I see you. You know
So-
what? That's not a bad choice.
Okay.
It really isn't. And
All
you know what? And I got to give it up to the Panthers, man.
But I hear a but.
No. There's no but.
Okay.
I have to give it up to them.
Okay.
Defensively, they're crushing folk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thomas and my man at Cakeley,
Yeah.
crushing folks.
Right.
Let's keep it real.
Right.
They doing the needful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And on offense, who knew they had running backs?
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but I'm going to take a little bit different road.
Okay.
I'm going to ride with my man Russie.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Again, because it's safe. That's what I
No.
meant.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
All right. I'm back up.
Bow. Now, I'm going to ride with Russie, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. Russie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we tight like that. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes we be tweeting back and forth and
Okay.
stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Russie BG, you know that little whole
Yeah.
thing. But anyways, I'm going to roll with Russie, man.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
He's a double threat, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? Much like, Killer Cam.
Yeah.
But I think whomever's trying to pass on them, I think the defensive backfield has stepped up.
Okay.
So they can make teams one-dimensional. Plus with home field advantage,
It's
the 12th,
Yeah. Seattle
the 12th
is disgusting.
the 12th
yeah.
person, I won't be old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
and,
man.
And Richard Sherman, beast.
I'm trying to tell you something here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
They
tough.
have all the ingredients.
right.
I just don't. First of all, yeah, would that be interesting? Yes, a Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl.
Right.
Would love it.
Right.
But I want my boy in there. I want Cam in there. And then I feel bad
Girl.
because then I'll have to root against him. But it's just nice to have him in there.
Girl.
So,
Girl.
but
Hey, but you know what though? I'm kind of mad you said that was a safe pick though. I feel some kind of way about that.
feeling froggy? Ain't nothing between us but space and opportunity.
Hey, you know what though?
Just saying.
You know what though? I'm gonna use that space to breathe. So I'm good. I'm real good right about now. I'm real comfy.
Hey,
But
may the best
yeah, man.
woman When?
Yeah, write that down. Write all that down.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, write that down.
It's all down.
Yeah, write
Trust.
all that down.
Trust.
Crust.
So we gave you all our predictions.
Yeah.
Again, hit us up on Twitter. Say hashtag She Said Sports. You can let us know on Facebook, even YouTube. We want to know what you think about this weekend and who do you have winning the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah. What's your predictions out there?
So there's this rite of passage, as we all know. At the end of the regular season, you have Black Monday.
Why is it called Black Monday?
I don't know.
No, I know. I think we need to answer that.
You want what you want? White Monday?
You know what? I'm going to leave that alone.
Pink Monday?
Yes. Any other color.
Okay. Just no. Well, it's like having Black Friday.
Exactly. Is there not enough black? We got to spread it all the way around the coaches in the NFL now?
Right.
I'm just saying, man.
Right. Well, some coaches were definitely feeling it.
Right. Can we have like
so let's talk about those coaches who got the boot. There was 5 before noon, and we're still at the number 5.
Yeah.
I think
and counting.
And counting, right? So just kind of give a rundown real quick, and then we're going to go back and talk about them.
Okay.
You had Chudzinski from the Cleveland Browns.
Right. Easy for you to say.
Minnesota Vikings, Leslie Frazier. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Greg Schiano, plus their GM, Mark Dominic. The Detroit Lions, Jim Schwartz. And the Washington Redskins, Mike Shanahan and his whole team.
Mike Shanahan and crew.
So let me the obvious one out there who you just kind of saw the writing on the wall.
Right.
I saw it a few weeks ago, Mike Shanahan.
Right.
I think that's kind of a given. I think everybody can agree.
Yeah, you know what's really crazy is that he tried to come back talking about he wanted to be there in Washington. No, son. You sabotaged yourself.
Right.
So.
And his son.
Yeah.
So what was your obvious? Like, what was the one that you just were like, yeah, you saw that was going to happen?
My man down in Tampa Bay, man.
Okay.
I mean, that dude there, he was the worst.
Yeah.
Of all. You know what I mean? What was that, Schiano?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. This is not college.
Well, and you know what?
Grown men.
I put that. See, the Tampa Bay organization, they can't speak to me right now because for getting rid of Raheem Morris.
Yeah,
that's what That's what you got. You got Greg Schiano.
Yep. You ordered it
because you got rid of Raheem Morris.
You eat it.
So to me, I'm like, whatever. I'll be honest with you. I felt bad for the Browns. Chud.
Yeah, 1 and done.
4-12.
1 and.
But don't you feel like
done?
I don't know. So many times NFL teams that 1 year. Give me a chance.
Yeah.
What can I do in one season?
See, here's my thing about it. Here's my philosophy around stuff like that. Be a college or pro.
Right.
I would say minimum 3 years, 5 years max.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you want a chance to be able to put some pieces in place that you had a hand in molding.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you're asked to deal with what you got, just throw it in there and say, hey, deal with that.
Right.
Because then you're going to get the same results.
Right. Because, in 3 years, I at least have, recruited some folks.
Right.
Put in my own coordinators, come up with some sort of plan, created some sort of system.
Hello.
1 year, like you said, you just kind of throwing me in. That's like asking a substitute to go into a classroom of like the teacher of the year, expect me to do great things and knowing that they're not going to respond to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I know that was a reach, but I was just trying to come up with a little something.
No, but it was okay for where we were taking things because we want to teach here as well.
Right. So, okay, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little taken aback by the Lions. Now, I felt like I could see it and feel it, but I thought they were going to at least give him another season.
Yeah, but it's the NFL. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And when you start hot and end cold, that's a recipe for disaster.
Now, as we all know, Lovie Smith had interviewed for the Houston Texans position. Mm-hmm. But now they're all, Bill O'Brien is like the belle of the ball from Penn State. So he's like the hottest thing going on right there.
Right.
And honestly, that irks me.
Yeah.
I feel like there are some quality former pro coaches that can still get it done. Right.
Lovey being one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Denny Green.
Right.
So, you got quite a few out there.
And it's, and it's crazy. And the thing that kind of boggles my mind is, yet you still reach out to people that have said no time and time again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, what do you think about Bill O'Brien if he does decide to leave? Is that going to hurt as far as those people who he has recruited for Penn State?
I think it will cripple Penn State. I think it'll bring Penn State to their knees.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Here's what you have to think about.
Okay.
He not only went in and turned things around, but he sold these people, a pretty golden dream.
On me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be here. I'm going to repair the team, repair the community.
Your guy. I can get it done, and then you turn around and show evidence of that.
Right.
Now you got the support that you need, and you're going to just walk away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to crush them.
Right.
I mean, because we already know, man. Penn State. I mean, they're a pretty emotional bunch.
Yeah. Very much so.
You walk away. I mean, they're going to be on bended knees.
Right.
I'm down on bended knees.
And then we just heard recently that the Falcons had gotten rid of their offensive and defensive line coaches, but they've kept the coordinators and they also kept Smitty. And we were kind of like wondering,
what?
Yeah, I think obviously the Falcons ended on 4-12. He has one more season left. I think Arthur Blank can say, okay, look, I'll give you one more season.
He definitely has one foot on the banana
peel. But then that's a wrap.
And the other one out the door.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man, here's the thing, man. And one thing about it, when you say stuff like he said at the end of last season, dude, you better put up or shut up.
Right.
And you laid an egg this year.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just call it how it is.
After asking Tony Gonzalez to come back.
Hello.
And you still didn't perform.
Exactly. So, I mean, here's my thing. Don't just start firing people for the sake of, this got to fall on somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you fired Coach Ray Williams, your defensive line coach. The defensive line wasn't bad. They were banged up. Look at the pieces that you have.
Look at the O-line.
Hello? Exactly.
Yeah.
You asked OCU Manero, how is he, like 45? To come in and you know what I mean? And save you?
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
really.
Unfortunately, Steven Jackson doesn't even show up towards the end of the season. I mean,
but you can't have buyer's remorse now.
But what I love is, just like in Dallas, we've had these moral victories here in Atlanta where people are like, well, there was like 7 or 8 games where they only lost, less than some points. Okay, but you still lost. Okay.
Right.
Granted, if we were to add up all the moral victories, we possibly could have gotten to the playoffs.
And then you look at last season, what you half a dozen games was won by what, 3 points or less?
Right.
Come on, man. That doesn't tell me that, hey, I have a strong team here.
Right.
It tells me that something got to be fixed somewhere.
Right.
Something's still wrong.
Like you said, if you do the same thing, you're going to get the same result.
Yeah, man.
And then next season, Carolina will be the NFC champs, South champs again.
But like you said, though, when you fall in love with the warm and fuzzy,
right,
and I look at it for what it really is, as opposed to what you want it to be, then you end up the way that you did this year.
Right.
You're wrong for firing Coach Ray.
So it's going to be interesting because, like we said, it's pretty much 5 head coaches and counting. So there's definitely some more coming.
Definitely.
So UFC 168 was this weekend.
It was.
To say it ended with a gruesome injury would be an understatement. Like, I'm really trying not to think about it.
Well, no, because I heard it wasn't that bad.
No, it was bad.
I heard it wasn't Kevin Ware bad.
Oh, no, it was bad. Trust me.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, it was bad. For all those who don't know, it was the revenge match between Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman. And it basically ended in round 2 where Anderson Silva went to kick him and his leg literally snapped. And the replay when you see it, I'm trying to get that image out of my head.
Right.
It was bad.
But you know what though, man? Anderson Silva, I think he should take this for what it is. Go ahead and retire on top.
You hate to see somebody who's so good. I mean, he changed the sport.
Well, Anderson Silva is getting long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And this, like many others, is a young man's game.
Right.
And my man is a beast.
Yeah.
So it's not like, he wasn't handling Anderson to begin with. Well, I mean, it wasn't going to end well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Well, the good thing is he had surgery on his leg. And that he was fine afterwards, but again, and we actually asked that question on our website. We wanted to know, for all those who had seen UFC 168, was this probably one of the worst leg injuries you've ever seen? Or, if you can compare it to like Joe Theismann, Kevin Ware from Louisville. Right. We wanted to hear from you. So definitely go to our site, twssports.com. That's twssports.com, and let us know. That's our latest poll question. So right now, I want to take a look back at the top stories in the NFL. Quite a few of them. I just kind of want to give a rundown and get your take on them real quick.
Run it.
First, with the Miami Dolphins, we had Jonathan Martin and Richie Incognito, the bullying scandal. That was pretty big.
Yeah.
Why are you?
Yeah, it was. Okay. No, really, it was. No, really, it was.
Seriously? You're like, yeah.
No, man. I mean, cats play the dozens all the time. Right. So, Well,
it was a little bit more than the dozens, but okay. I feel you.
Okay, with 2 dozen.
Okay. RG3 and Mike Shanahan, the drama in Washington. I actually wrote a post about that. It's
Young
on
and
our
the
site.
Restless?
I
Young
pretty
and the-
much said they just need to go to the
Oh,
octagon.
the young and the chestless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just need to go in the octagon.
Straight up. Get it out. Get it off your
Just
chest.
get it,
with
just
your chest.
get it out your system.
That's it.
The NFL concussion settlement for $765 million.
Peanuts.
That was huge.
Yeah, that was. Those
Because honestly, some people are feeling like now that's not enough. So that that's going to be ongoing. The African American quarterbacks making a statement. We had 9 starting in the beginning of the season. That was pretty cool.
Right on to the real.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
And guess what? African American quarterbacks can be pocket passers. Okay. Yeah. The number of ACL and knee injuries that we had this season.
Wow.
That was pretty big. And I'm sure a lot of that too had to be with because the league changed the rules of where you hit, how you hit, that kind of thing.
A lot of the lower.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're going to be
hits.
seeing more of those.
Yes.
The backup quarterbacks making a stand. We just talked about Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Then you
Tricky
had
Nicky.
was it McGowan from the Bears?
Right.
You had the Packers,
Matty.
and then just recently
Little
Dallas
Matty Flynn.
called Kyle Orton.
Yeah, they call old man Orton. Yeah.
Riley Cooper and Aaron Hernandez. Those are two probably of the biggest.
Right.
But we did in the offseason had a lot of NFL players who were either driving recklessly or getting DUIs.
Right.
But then we had Riley Cooper with the N-word incident. And then Aaron Hernandez just tried to get total Scarface
Straight
on
up
us.
and down.
And
You know what I
he
mean?
was arrested, so that was big. And I think the Aaron Hernandez thing was just so people they just didn't even know how to react. It was like, he did what?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I had to put on there Peyton Manning's ridiculous season. So I mean, his season was just phenomenal. I know you want to talk about that for at least another hour.
Yeah. Oh my, look at the time.
You know what? But seriously, B, I mean, his season was pretty incredible.
You know what? He is the classic case of you might not like him, but you got to respect him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does what he does.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, nobody puts in the time that he puts in to get the results that he gets.
Well, and not only that, you look at the neck surgeries that he had.
Right.
Because
he has some neck surgery.
And he's like, 38 now?
Right.
I mean, he's up there in Brett Favre age.
Right.
Which is, that's like critical at this point.
Right. He's in the Favre era.
He left a team that he was with for like 14, 15 seasons.
Right.
So, I mean, with all those elements, and then he comes out and has the year that he's having, like he's 22. I mean, that's pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah,
so,
he's a bionic man. They put something in that neck bone.
You know what?
It's obvious.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's talk about, because we kind of ran down the stories as far as the top stories in the NFL.
Okay.
So I thought it'd be cool. Obviously the Beasts and Busters are big for us.
Right.
And for all those who follow our show, we appreciate always giving us our Beasts and Busters or telling us what you think. So I wanted to have the Beast of 2013 and the Buster of 2013.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to start out with my Beast.
Okay.
My Beast for 2013 was, drumroll, Serena Williams.
Man, good choice.
Yeah,
great choice.
Not only is she the AP athlete for the third time,
right?
She was 78-4 with 11 titles,
right?
And basically raising her Grand Slam championships to 17. And in February, she became the oldest to be ranked number 1.
Right.
And we talked about her a lot during this year.
Yeah. You know what, man? She was literally murdering folk on the tennis court.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just
with those aces.
What?
They just had a chance.
Massacring.
Yeah.
It's like, do I need a racket or do I need a shield?
Yeah. And then how many times do we have during the season to where, some of these girls were coming in, were like, I got this.
Whatever.
And Serena was just like
okay.
All right, let's do this.
You want to romp with this?
Yeah.
You want to romp with
that
this?
125-mile serve?
Man.
Let's do this.
Take that.
So, all right. So she was definitely my beast.
Okay.
And then my top 3 sports stories of the year. And as you all know, especially all those who follow sports like we do, there was tons of stories to choose from.
Right.
But, I really had to look at them as far as what were the 3 that kind of stood out.
Right.
And again, definitely, if you disagree, I'd love to hear from you. But these are my top 3.
Right.
Number 3, I had Ray Lewis retiring.
Right.
That was huge.
Oh yeah, man.
Especially after the Ravens win the Super Bowl.
You gotta love
the whole.
Yeah, man.
Number 2, Auburn beating Alabama. Ridiculous. Because everybody just it's one of those things where all right, fine, Alabama, they're gonna go to the championship again. And Auburn,
then, whoop, whoop.
yeah, David and Goliath loved it. And then my number one sports story of the year had to be the Boston Marathon tragedy, because that was just something where, a lot of us found out about it on Twitter, and it was just hard to believe. It was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's one of those incidences that not only shook a city, but it shook the nation to its core, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the worst thing that could ever happen.
Yeah, and again, it was a reminder that just when you start thinking things are like so-called back to normal,
right,
and you're safe,
we still got to stay on guard.
And then we had this ugly reminder.
Yeah.
So my buster of 2013, I'm gonna go. We just talked about him, Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
You have this young guy in his 20s,
Tony Montana,
$41 million contract,
$41 million,
and he gets arrested for murder.
Then you get yourself incarcerated for murder,
allegedly shooting his friend.
Oh my goodness!
God forbid if it was an enemy.
Yes, he's going to be there for a very, very long time.
Yes, it is. Is that your scar voice?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Is it coming through? Is it okay?
Yeah, thank you, Tony Montana. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, B. So it's on you. Let us know, who was your 2013 Beast of the Year?
Man, my Beast of the Year, and I think.
Let me know when you're ready for the drum roll.
Okay, we ready? Okay.
Yeah, go.
Bing. Tiger Woods, man.
What?
Tiger Woods. Shocker, I know.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Shocker, I know. My good best personal cousin, Tiger Woods. You know what I mean?
Right.
Here's the thing. Winning as many tournaments as he did, nobody expected it. He came out of nowhere. Won a couple in a row. And I, for one, have to personally give it up to him. Mm-hmm. Golf is not an easy sport.
Yeah.
A lot of people would tend to think, if you're a novice, it's boring and blah, 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 blah. It is a very difficult sport.
Right.
So for him to have the year that he had, after coming back from, a couple of injuries, of course, and, just basically doing his thing, man, showing people, hey, I'm here and I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
End up being Golf.com's Player of the Year. So, that's my beast.
All right. So then let us know your top 3 sports stories of the year, starting with number 3.
Starting with number 3, got to be the young Studley Blackhawks, man. The Chicago Blackhawks hockey team.
Okay.
They kicked the door in.
Right.
Boom. We're here, NHL.
Yeah.
How you like me now.
Right.
Grand fashion. I appreciated that. Okay. And, of course, taking the page from your book.
All right.
My girl, Serena.
Number 2.
Indeed.
Yep.
And number 1.
Okay.
Number 1.
And I thought this was a good one, by the way.
Yeah. People probably be shocked, seeing that I'm a Dookie, you know, when it comes to basketball. I follow Duke basketball as I have since 86.
Right.
But, man, the Louisville Cardinals winning the national championship.
And all the drama that surrounded it.
And all the drama that surrounded it.
Right. With Kevin Ware and his
That's a phenomenal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your hat has to be off to Rick Pitino.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, when things like that happen, it's very easy for a team to lose focus.
Because it's so emotional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Galvanized them. Right. Got them back together. We ride together.
And that was one of those quintessential underdog stories, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, something like that happens. You see the team crying.
Right.
They had the nation was just pretty much behind them.
Yeah, I still get a little emotional when I think about it.
Yeah, I think said he might have cried a year. Said, did you cry? Yeah. A little bit. He's actually crying now.
Cry me a river.
All right. So who is your 2013 Buster of the Year?
Oh, we don't need a drum roll for this dude.
No, we don't need a drum roll.
Man, Lion Lance Armstrong, man.
Wow. Okay.
You ain't got the lie, Craig.
Lion Lance Armstrong.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. Lion Lance.
For all the obvious reasons.
Hello.
Yeah.
And then you play, you dodging people, playing hide and seek.
Yeah. And he was a buster for a while, too.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. He was sure
Dude is buster-fied.
Yeah.
When you put the fied on the end, that means you got a certificate of busterism.
Right.
So you mean?
Right.
Dang, Lance, you ain't got to lie.
All right, folks. So that was our wrap up of the year 2013. And remember, we want to hear from you. Real quick, we did want to give our beasts and busters for the day. Our beast, Peyton Manning, definitely a sure thing for the NFL MVP. He broke the record single season TD passes with 55 and the single season passing yards, 5,477. I told you I was going to talk about him again.
You know what?
I know you want the season to be gone so I can whatever.
I mean, really good. Grief. Get off the bus already.
But I have this buster. I say this especially for you and Sed because I thought you guys were going to love this. There's a couple in Alabama that named their baby boy Crimson Tide. They spelled it Krimson and Tide Tyde. Yes. You heard
and what
me
is his
right.
other middle name? 1 second.
You know,
Just saying.
what?
War Eagle.
Saban.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was our buster. That couple in Alabama. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Why
folks.
you mark that kid like that, man?
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Seriously.
That's nasty.
All right, folks. So this is a wrap. Thank you for watching and listening to That's What She Said Sports Talk Her Way. Remember, you can catch us on Podbean, iTunes. Definitely follow us on our YouTube channel. Be sure to visit our website, twssports.com. Again, right. Again, that's twssports.com. You can follow me on Twitter at twssports. And BG, where can they find you?
At Big BG, the number 1.
Definitely. You can also check us out on Google Plus. BG, any last words?
Nope, I'm good. I think I've gotten all of my Peytonisms in for one day.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a dig, man.
Yeah.
That was a dig for real, man.
I like that.
You know what I mean? I don't think people appreciate how much you love Peyton.
Yeah,
You
they
know what I
really
mean?
don't.
You know,
They really don't. I think some would say it's borderline obsessed, but it's not. Okay, I'm just a fan.
Borderline.
Yeah, I'm just a fan.
Oh,
yeah, but you're the same thing with Steeler Nation. So how's it different?
Yeah, but for me, it's a team. You know what I mean? It's a team.
Peyton is a team. He's a team
Team
in my heart.
Peyton.
Yeah, he's a team in my
You
heart.
did that yourself.
Yeah, in my heart.
See, that's where the line gets crossed.
That's when it gets borderline a little creepy.
See, you already know. You don't need me to justify that.
You know what?
Man, talk about creepiness. Man, love us, folks. We love you.
Definitely.
Follow us on Twitter. Our weekend banter is some of the best you'll ever see. So get in with us, have a little fun with us. That's what we do it. And don't forget, hashtag She Said Sports.
Yes.
Let us know what's satinin, because we want to know what's satinin with you out there.
You might want to spell that for some of us who don't know how to.
That's
Okay.
what's happening.
Yeah, that's that country with a K.
Satinin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BG's colloquialisms.
Right. Ooh.
Nice.
Big word.
Bam. I'm your man for the big words. You know what I'm saying? As always, folks, when we part, the BG stands for Be Good. Till next time.
Till next time, folks.